How is it going, everyone? It's K-Lumity here, and today we're going to be talking about a classic video game on the PlayStation 2, a game that I wish they would remake or remaster or bring to current systems in some shape or form. This is a game that would be amazing to see on consoles today. Thrillville, the original Thrillville. Now, the second Thrillville, the sequel, is also good, but I do think the original Thrillville just has a bit more charm than the sequel. The first Thrillville game is one of my favorite games of all time. I played the crap out of this as a kid. I rented it back when there were rental stores still, around, and that was still a thing. I would rent Thrillville. Me and my brother would rent Thrillville over and over and over and over again. It's one of those games that we rented so many times that we probably honestly could have just bought, and it probably would have saved us money in the long run. But we loved Thrillville. This game is the ultimate amusement park builder. You get to build your own coasters, you can build your own racetracks, and you can have different types of races, whether it's buggies on certain parks that you unlock. Some parks let you race monster trucks. Some parks let you race these hovercrafts. There's so many different styles of coasters you can build. You can build water coasters. You can build regular coasters. You can build more of like scenic coasters. So you can put a coaster around that basically just goes around the park, and it's kind of more relaxing for people who actually enjoy more relaxing rides. And you get to actually go around and you can talk to each and every single individual in the park. You can actually have conversations with them. You get to learn about them, learn what they like. You can become friends with them. If you are, if you're playing as a boy, you can go and you can make girlfriends. If you're playing as a girl, you can go make boyfriends. It's really awkward though. Like back when I was a kid, doing the flirting mini game and everything, I didn't really think much of it. But these days, I just feel like a creepy old man doing it, if I'm being honest. But still, it's an option for the younger people who would still probably enjoy that. But I absolutely love Thrillville. It's an amazing game, and not only do you have all this amazing customization when it comes to building coasters, building them how you want, doing different, thrill things with them, like you have thrill options to where you can put like actual loop-de-loops and corkscrews and stuff, and that's really cool. You can put, these gigantic just areas where you'll go through water and it'll spray water up at the characters. That's pretty cool as well. You can change the color of the coasters and the themes. All that stuff's really neat, but what's even cooler is that there's a ton of mini games in this that are also phenomenal. When I was talking about building the racetracks earlier, you actually can race in those race courses that you build. You build them and then you race on them against other people that are in the park with you. You can also do some really fun shooting galleries. There's some actually like FPS style arcade games that you can do where you just go around and you like have these little cork guns and you shoot the corks out of them and you take down robots. It's just a lot of fun, and there's so many different mini games, and that's just like scratching the surface. There's so many more. Bumper cars. There's actual arcade games like shoot 'em ups and stuff like that where you're actually like flying a plane and you are literally, it's like playing an old 2D shoot 'em up. It's really cool and it's a ton of fun. There's old fantasy-style arcade games. There's a ton of just different things you can do. There's mini-golf. I can't not talk about the mini-golf. You actually get to build your own mini-golf courses in this as well. And while this doesn't have as much customization options as the next game, the Thrillville Off the Rails, it still has quite a bit of customization options, and it definitely holds its own. And I love the park themes. One thing I really like about this game is the different parks and seeing what type of different themes each park has. Basically, you unlock a park, and then each park is going to have 3 separate themed worlds that you can walk around in. And when you first see them, it's always so cool to see what the theme is. Like, there's a futuristic one with a robot crawling around. There's, like, an Aztec temple in one. There's an Egyptian pyramids in another one. The very first one, like I think it's the first or second world you start off in, there's like dinosaurs and stuff. There's just so many cool different themes, and you can try to build your park around those themes as well, and that's really cool. Now, that's all the building aspects of it, and even really the playing aspects. The whole point of this game is to try and please the customers that are coming into your park as much as possible, and basically complete these little objectives. And the more objectives you complete, the further you get to unlocking the next park, until you eventually unlock all of the parks. It usually takes, I think it took me this time around 5 hours to do, which I would say that's pretty normal for how long it usually takes me. So I unlocked all the parks in 5 hours, and that's literally what the whole game is about. It's about making decisions to make your customers happy. Sometimes it's even like scavenging like certain items around the map, around your park. Like there's some competition that's basically trying to sabotage your park in the storyline. So like there's a one park where they put fleas in your park, and you have to go around and try to find the jar of fleas. There's like 5 jars of fleas in your park, and you have to find them all. And when you do, it gives you some like basically points to unlocking the next park. And that's a really cool idea, and I've always enjoyed it. And not only can you get more progress to the park in that way, but you can also do staff hiring. You can hire different staff workers, which all also have their own mini games, which is really cool. You can hire just people to clean up, like janitors and stuff. You can hire basically park maintenance, and they'll fix the rides, because you do have to watch the rides because they can get damaged over time, and you'll have to have a maintenance guy come out, and then you can do a little mini game where you're trying to like basically fix the wiring on the circuit board. And then you also have with the janitor, you basically are literally cleaning up vomit and trash in the park. And then there's a cheerleader one, and the cheerleader one is like a rhythm game. And I'm so glad that I brought up the cheerleader, because the rhythm game, it's actually really good because of the music that's in this game. The music in Thrillville is amazing. I've always loved it. And I gotta say, if you're a fan of like classic country music, you're gonna like it. I don't know about like how other people feel about classic country, but you know, I like Trace Atkins. I like that stuff, and there's a lot of songs in this that I like. You know, yeah, it's got that honky tonk badonky donk. You know, it's got some other songs I also really enjoy, some classic country songs. It has some good, actually, just like kind of poppy songs, rock songs. And frankly, it puts all other soundtracks that you hear in today's video games to shame. But I absolutely love the soundtrack for this game as well. There's not really anything I can complain about when it comes to Thrillville, other than the fact that it's dated. It doesn't look the greatest, and the character customization isn't perfect as well. There's not a whole lot of customization when it comes to your character, but when it comes to everything else, you can pretty much customize everything else. This is a game that I hope one day we get some sort of remaster of. Could you imagine this game on the Nintendo Switch? My goodness, that would be a blast. Even the Xbox Series X, just seeing Thrillville in 4K would be pretty cool. I think you can play it on Steam, but, you know, I like playing, you know, just laying back in bed with a controller and playing it that way. So, you know, it's all preference, but on PlayStation 2, it still plays fantastic, and it just looks a little bit rough around the edges, of course. But if you can get over the graphics, then you are going to have an amazing time with this phenomenal game that there's really just nothing quite like it. Go check out Thrillville if you haven't played it before. It's definitely worth your time, and it's usually cheap. It's usually like $10. You can probably find it even a little bit cheaper than that. And I think in digital, it's also like $10 on Steam or something like that. So check it out. And thank you guys for watching. I will have more videos and more reviews coming up soon. I'm going to have some Nintendo Switch stuff popping up on the channel soon. So if you're interested in that, hit that like button, subscribe button down below to stay subscribed and in the know for when those videos come out. I try to upload a video every Friday when I can, and I'm going to try to keep doing that. So thank you guys for watching. I'll talk to you next time. You have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.